privacy norms, aunties asking about salary in China versus Americans saying none of your business. You're at a family dinner in China. The food is hot, the room is loud, and just as you pick up a dumpling, Auntie Jiang leans over and casually asks, "So, how much money do you make every month?" You choke, dumpling halfway down your throat. Now fly to an American dinner. You're at a barbecue, sipping iced tea, when someone jokingly hints at your salary. Before they even finish the sentence, you hear gasps, someone mutters, "Rude," and the topic is shut down faster than a Netflix show that got cancelled after one season. Welcome to the great East-West clash of privacy norms. Chinese aunties asking about your salary, your age, and even your marriage plans versus Americans locking everything behind the cultural equivalent of password-protected, two-factor authentication, and also none of your business. China, privacy is a group sport. In China, privacy isn't really private in the way Americans imagine. Life is more collective, and personal questions are considered natural conversation starters. Aunties, uncles, neighbors, even that random old man who plays chess in the park, everyone feels entitled to ask. Are you married yet? When will you have children? How much did you pay for your apartment? What's your salary? To many Chinese people, these aren't invasive. They're practical. They reflect genuine interest and care. If Auntie knows your salary, she can recommend a more suitable partner. If she knows you're not married, she can set you up with her cousin's neighbor's son. If she knows your apartment price, she can brag about it to her mahjong group. For Chinese culture, information is social currency. Sharing details isn't oversharing, it's building connection. America, privacy is sacred. Meanwhile, in America, asking personal questions is like stepping on a landmine. Salary, off-limits, age, sensitive, weight, absolutely not. Americans value individual boundaries, and privacy is deeply tied to respect. If someone asks, "How much money do you make?" the default response is an awkward laugh followed by, "That's personal." Translation, back off, buddy. Instead, Americans share what they choose. They'll tell you about their dog's Instagram account, their marathon training, or their favorite brand of almond milk, but not their salary. Money talk happens in hushed tones between accountants and spouses, not at the dinner table. For Americans, privacy isn't just personal, it's freedom. Guarding your information is a way of protecting independence and individuality. Salary talk, casual versus taboo. The salary question alone highlights the divide. China. Asking about salary is like asking, "What's your favorite food?" It's practical, it's normal, and it helps establish where you stand socially and financially. It's not meant to embarrass you, it's just data. America. Asking about salary is like asking, "What's your credit card PIN?" People recoil, sweat, and change the subject. Salary is confidential, tied to personal worth and competitiveness. Discussing it openly feels dangerous, even rude. So, in China, you might casually hear, "My nephew makes 20,000 RMB a month now." In America, you'd more likely hear, "I can't say exactly, but I'm comfortable." Relationship status, public interest versus private drama. In China, being single past a certain age automatically invites questions. Why aren't you married? Don't you want kids? Let me introduce you to someone. Parents and relatives see matchmaking as part of their duty. Your personal life is everyone's business because family honor and future generations are at stake. In America, prying into someone's dating life can feel intrusive. Sure, friends gossip, but relatives don't usually grill you at Thanksgiving about your wedding timeline. At most, they'll say, "So, seeing anyone special?" And if you dodge the question, they'll politely move on to football or pumpkin pie. Housing, pride versus privacy. In China, it's normal to ask, "How much did you pay for your apartment?" People trade real estate prices like sports stats. Owning property is tied to stability and success, so sharing the number isn't shameful, it's impressive. In America, asking about someone's mortgage or rent feels deeply personal, almost insulting. People might share general info, "I bought a house in the suburbs," but rarely the price. Why? Because money matters are private and showing off is frowned upon. Everyday encounters. Chinese taxi driver. "Where are you from? How old are you? Married yet? How much do you make?" American taxi driver. "So, how's the weather treating you?" The contrast is striking. Chinese strangers see no issue in diving into personal details, while Americans lean on safe, surface-level topics. Why the difference? The difference boils down to cultural values. China, collectivist culture where community, family, and social harmony matter more than individual space. Personal details are shared because they're part of the collective story. Boundaries are softer, and curiosity is a form of care. America, individualist culture where independence, choice, and personal boundaries are key. Privacy means freedom, and information is carefully controlled. Boundaries are harder, and curiosity is often mistaken for intrusion. The comedy of cross-culture encounters. Imagine the chaos when these norms collide. Scenario 1, American in China. At a dinner, Auntie Jiang asks, "So, how much do you make?" The American freezes, laughs nervously and blurts out, "That's personal." Auntie Jiang is offended. She was just being friendly. The American spends the night dodging questions about marriage, housing, and kids. Scenario 2, Chinese in America. At a barbecue, Uncle Lee casually asks, "How much was your salary last year?" The table goes silent. The host quickly changes the subject to the weather. Uncle Lee is confused. "Why so secretive? I was just asking." Both sides leave baffled. The American thinks, "So nosy." The Chinese thinks, "So cold." Generational shifts. Interestingly, younger generations are shifting. In China, some young people are pushing back against invasive questions, telling aunties, "I'll marry when I want." In America, younger workers are starting to talk more openly about salaries to fight wage gaps and unfair pay. So while traditions hold, the lines are slowly blurring. What we can learn: at the end of the day, both sides have something to teach. From China, asking questions can show care and strengthen community ties. Maybe Americans could benefit from being a little more open about things that matter, like pay transparency or family goals. From America, respecting boundaries can prevent embarrassment and stress. Maybe Chinese aunties could learn that asking about someone's weight, age, or salary isn't always the best way to say, "I care about you." Conclusion: dumpling questions versus burgers and silence. So next time you're at a Chinese family dinner and auntie asks about your salary, remember, she's not being rude, she's showing she cares. And next time you're at an American barbecue and no one asks you a single personal question, remember, it's not that they don't care, it's that they care about your privacy. One culture shows love by asking everything. The other shows love by asking nothing. Different strategies, same goal, connection. Because whether it's nosy aunties or polite co-workers, we're all just trying to figure each other out, some with dumpling-fueled interrogations, others with a smile and a safe. So, how about that weather? If you enjoy our videos, please like and subscribe to our channel, The Culture Clash Cafe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new content.